Before we dive into this epic story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue to bring you captivating stories and content that ignite your imagination and keep you on the edge of your seat. Thank you for being part of our storytelling community. In the heart of medieval England, during a time of tyranny and injustice, there existed a hero who became the symbol of hope for the oppressed. His name was Robin Hood, and he would go down in history as the legendary outlaw who robbed from the rich and gave to the poor. The kingdom was ruled by the greedy and ruthless Prince John, who had seized the throne while King Richard the Lionheart was away on the Crusades. Under Prince John's reign, the people of England suffered greatly. As Robin Hood adapted to life in Sherwood Forest, he began to gather a band of loyal followers who shared his vision of justice and equality. These men and women, united by a common cause, became known as the Merry Men. They were skilled archers, swordsmen, and strategists, who had either fled from the sheriff's tyranny, or had experienced the cruelties of Prince John's regime firsthand. Among the Merry Men were notable figures such as Little John, a towering and formidable warrior, Friar Tuck, a jovial and resourceful friar, Will Scarlet, a quick-witted and agile swordsman, and Maid Marian, a courageous and intelligent noblewoman who captured Robin's heart. Together, they formed an unbreakable bond and a formidable force against their oppressors. The Merry Men made Sherwood Forest their home, using its natural defenses to evade capture and launch their operations. They became masters of guerrilla warfare, ambushing the sheriff's tax collectors and nobles loyal to Prince John. The stolen wealth was then redistributed to the poor, who hailed Robin Hood as their savior. The legend of Robin Hood truly began with his first daring act of rebellion. The Sheriff of Nottingham had organized a lavish feast to celebrate the accumulation of taxes from the surrounding villages. The feast was a display of opulence and excess, paid for by the hard-earned money of the suffering peasants. Determined to make a statement, Robin Hood and his merry men devised a plan to intercept the caravan carrying the collected taxes to Nottingham Castle. On a moonlit night, they concealed themselves along a narrow forest path, waiting for the right moment to strike. As the heavily guarded caravan approached, Robin signaled to his men. With unmatched precision, the merry men launched their attack. Arrows flew through the air, finding their targets with deadly accuracy. The guards, taken by surprise, were quickly overwhelmed by the skill and ferocity of Robin's band. Robin himself confronted the leader of the caravan, a wealthy and arrogant noble who sneered at the sight of the outlaw. "You dare to challenge the Sheriff of Nottingham's authority," the noble scoffed. Robin, with a calm and resolute demeanor, replied, "I challenge the authority of any man who oppresses the innocent and takes more than his fair share. Tonight, we take back what belongs to the people." With that, Robin and his merry men secured the treasure and disappeared into the depths of Sherwood Forest. The wealth was distributed among the villagers, who celebrated their newfound relief and freedom. Robin Hood's act of defiance became the talk of the land, and his legend began to grow. The Sheriff of Nottingham, humiliated by Robin Hood's audacious act, vowed to capture the outlaw and bring him to justice. He increased patrols in Sherwood Forest, offered hefty rewards for information leading to Robin's capture, and imposed even harsher taxes to recoup the lost wealth. Despite the increased danger, Robin Hood and his merry men continued their efforts to aid the poor and undermine the sheriff's authority. They intercepted more tax caravans, liberated prisoners, and foiled the sheriff's plans at every turn. The people of Nottinghamshire, inspired by Robin's bravery, began to show their support by providing food, shelter, and information to the merry men. The sheriff, growing increasingly desperate, devised a cunning plan to capture Robin. He announced a grand archery contest with a prize of a golden arrow, knowing full well that Robin, a master archer, would be unable to resist the challenge. The contest was to be held in the heart of Nottingham, heavily guarded by the sheriff's men. Robin, aware of the trap, decided to attend the contest in disguise. With the help of Maid Marian, who had gained access to the castle as a lady-in-waiting, Robin and his men crafted convincing disguises. On the day of the contest, Robin entered the competition as a humble peasant, determined to outshoot the sheriff's best archers. The contest progressed, with archers from all over the kingdom showcasing their skills. When it was Robin's turn, he drew his bow and released his arrow with unparalleled precision, hitting the bullseye with ease. As the final round approached, it became clear that only Robin and the sheriff's champion remained. With the eyes of the crowd upon him, Robin took aim and released his arrow. It flew straight and true, splitting the previous shot in half and striking the center of the target. The crowd erupted in cheers, and the sheriff, realizing he had been outwitted once again, ordered his men to seize the winning archer. Robin, quickly discarding his disguise, revealed his true identity. The merry men, who had blended into the crowd, sprang into action, creating chaos and confusion among the sheriff's guards. Amidst the pandemonium, Robin and his band made their escape, leaving the sheriff fuming with rage. One of the most heartwarming tales of Robin Hood's adventures involved the rescue of Allen a Dale, a minstrel who had fallen in love with the beautiful Lady Ellen. However, Lady Ellen's father, a wealthy noble, had arranged for her to marry an older, wealthy baron against her will. Allen a Dale, desperate to save his beloved, sought the help of Robin Hood. Moved by the minstrel's plight, Robin Hood vowed to stop the forced marriage and reunite the lovers. Disguised as monks, Robin and his merry men infiltrated the village where the wedding was to take place. They made their way to the church, where the ceremony was already in progress. At the crucial moment, Robin interrupted the proceedings, revealing his true identity and declaring that the marriage was unjust. The guests and the baron were taken aback, and the priest, intimidated by Robin's presence, hesitated to continue. The baron, enraged by the interruption, demanded that the ceremony proceed. However, Robin's merry men, who had positioned themselves strategically, surrounded the church, and made it clear that any resistance would be met with force. Seeing no way out, the baron reluctantly agreed to cancel the wedding. Robin then turned to Lady Ellen and Allen a Dale, offering them his blessing. The priest, now more than willing to comply, quickly performed a new ceremony, uniting the true lovers. The villagers, who had witnessed the entire event, cheered for Robin Hood and his merry men. Allen a Dale, grateful for Robin's intervention, joined the band and became one of their most loyal and talented members. His songs and stories of their adventures would later contribute to the enduring legend of Robin Hood. As Robin Hood's legend grew, so did the determination of Prince John and the Sheriff of Nottingham to capture the elusive outlaw. Prince John, frustrated by Robin's defiance and the growing unrest among the people, issued a royal decree offering a substantial reward for Robin's capture, dead or alive. The sheriff, eager to claim the reward and restore his tarnished reputation, devised a final, desperate plan to capture Robin Hood. He spread false rumors that King Richard had returned to England and would be passing through Sherwood Forest on his way to reclaim the throne. Robin, aware of the sheriff's deceit, decided to turn the trap into an opportunity to confront his enemies head-on. He and his merry men prepared for the inevitable confrontation, setting up ambushes and fortifying their position in the forest. As the sheriff's men entered Sherwood, they found themselves ensnared in a series of traps and ambushes orchestrated by Robin's band. The merry men, using their intimate knowledge of the forest, outmaneuvered and overwhelmed the sheriff's forces. In the heat of the battle, Robin Hood and the Sheriff of Nottingham faced each other in a final, climactic duel. The sheriff, driven by hatred and desperation, fought with all his might, but Robin's skill and agility proved superior. With a swift and decisive strike, Robin disarmed the sheriff and brought him to his knees. As the battle came to an end, the defeated sheriff was taken into custody by the merry men. Robin, ever the champion of justice, decided to show mercy and exiled the sheriff from Nottingham, forbidding him from ever returning. With the sheriff's defeat and the eventual return of King Richard, peace and order were restored to the land. King Richard, grateful for Robin Hood's efforts in protecting the people and upholding justice, offered to restore Robin's lands and titles, elevating him once more to his rightful place among the nobility. Robin Hood, however, had grown accustomed to his life in Sherwood Forest and the camaraderie of his merry men. He respectfully declined the king's offer, choosing instead to continue living among the common folk and ensuring that the values of justice and equality prevailed. He pledged his unwavering loyalty to King Richard and vowed to protect the realm from any future threats. Sherwood Forest, once a refuge for outlaws, became a symbol of hope and resistance against tyranny. The merry men, now revered as heroes, continued their efforts to aid the poor and uphold the principles that Robin had instilled in them. They became a formidable force for good, protecting the innocent and maintaining peace in the land. Maid Marian, who had stood by Robin's side through countless adventures, became his wife and partner in all endeavors. Together, they worked tirelessly to improve the lives of the villagers and ensure that justice was served. Their love and dedication to each other became an enduring symbol of hope and resilience. As the years passed, the legend of Robin Hood grew. Bards and storytellers traveled across the land, recounting the tales of his daring deeds and heroic exploits. The people of England cherished these stories, finding inspiration and strength in the legend of the heroic outlaw who robbed from the rich and gave to the poor. The enduring legacy of Robin Hood serves as a reminder that even in the face of great adversity, the spirit of justice and righteousness can prevail. His name became synonymous with bravery, compassion, and the fight for what is right. The legend of Robin Hood continues to inspire generations, reminding us that anyone, regardless of their background, can make a difference and stand up against injustice. And so, the tale of Robin Hood, the heroic outlaw of Sherwood Forest, lives on in the hearts and minds of people around the world. His legacy is a testament to the enduring power of hope, courage, and the unwavering pursuit of justice. If you were captivated by the timeless tale of the legend of Robin Hood and want more engaging stories and content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue to bring you stories that ignite your imagination and keep you on the edge of your seat. Thank you for being part of our storytelling community.